Students of Success, Dr. Mike here. He was watching the news last night, and I was thinking about what is the truth? What is the actual truth about everything in life? Is there one truth in anything? Because truth is based upon our perceptions, our thoughts, our past. It's based upon the reality that we create for ourselves. And if we've all had a different past, different experiences, then our truth is going to be different than someone else's. So our reality of the world, the way we look at things, will be different. So the main thing, what I'm trying to get across here, what I was thinking about is when people try to tell you something, and you are thinking, wow, that must be true. I want you to really contemplate about where their thought process came from. It came from their own experiences, their own thought processes, their own perceptions of the world. So is there really an ultimate reality? Or could there be thousands of truths in this world, thousands of different ideas? They're all potential, but it's based upon how we think about things in the world. And the reason I'm saying this is that whenever people criticize you, they have different opinions about you, and you start to think, well, is that true or not? Well, those truths to them, and they may hold on to that in their belief system, in their structure, because it's who they are, does not necessarily mean that that is true or has to be true to you. Because the truth is based upon our belief systems. And then it goes even further. Our belief systems have a big bearing on our identity. Who we are, who we believe we are, will have a major impact on our own truths and our own reality. So what I'm saying is, don't listen to these people around you and believe everything. We have to be able to think critically on everything, even what I'm telling you. I am biased in what I say based upon my beliefs, my perceptions, my history, the things that I've gone through in the past. What will happen is when you start to change your belief systems, when you start to believe that you can accomplish something, when you believe that you are worthy, when you believe that you can overcome, it changes your whole reality. Everything in your life changes because it becomes part of who you are. It becomes part of your identity. Those are on the positive sides. But on the negative sides, if we have negative beliefs like, I'm stupid, I can't learn, I'll never lose weight. Think about it. When you have those beliefs, I want you to think about the beliefs that you hold for yourself and how that impacts your identity. And these are the beliefs that we hold ourselves based upon our things. So when we have other people that are trying to tell us things about ourselves in our lives, those are based upon their beliefs and their reality. So there is no ultimate reality for anything. We have, as individuals, got to decide what we believe, and that's a hard one right there, because our beliefs are based upon our past and the things that we've gone through. But to be able to change the person that we are, change our identity, we've got to start with our beliefs. And we shouldn't allow other people's belief systems and their identity to have a major impact. Now, there are positive things that people say, just like I'm telling you right now. I'm not telling you what to believe. If people are telling you what to believe, you need to get away from them, because they don't know what is true any more than what we do. They can give you suggestions. I would rather see you actually sit there and contemplate. Sit there in the morning for about 20 minutes and think about what you believe. What do you believe about you? What do you believe about the world? What do you believe about other people? because this has a major bearing on our identity and the reality of how we see the world. There is no one ultimate reality. Imagine every single person that's alive on this planet has gone through different things in their life. So when somebody tries to say, this is the way it is, and this is how you should think, and this is, on any of these people that you listen to, it's not true. That is not a truth. It might be a truth for them, but it doesn't necessarily have to be a truth for you. You take it all in, you think about your belief systems, you think about your identity, because if we don't change what we believe, nothing is going to stick. If we want to become healthy, if we want to become fit, and we have a belief system that we cannot do it, that I have a slow metabolism, and you can come up with all these things, write them down. Tell me, what are all the obstacles that you believe that are preventing you from achieving a goal? And those belief systems have a bearing, and they are what forms your identity. And if you have an identity of a fat person, of a stupid person, you can't make those changes. So we've got to really focus on our belief systems. If there are things in education, things in your job, write down the things that you believe are holding you back, that are your obstacles. Then we need to focus on those things to change those beliefs, to change our identity, to change the reality that we see for our life and for the world. And then once you're able to do this, then you can help other people sit down and do the same thing themselves. You should not be listening to somebody that is telling you that this is the way it is and this is what you have to do. I would never do that. I think that you can share your ideas, share your thoughts, share your beliefs, share what you believe the reality is or what you believe the truths are, but each person has to be on that journey themselves. Don't be like a robot and accept, well, John told me that this is the way it is, or Dr. Mike told me this is the way it is. No, don't live your life based upon what somebody else's belief systems are. You have to be able to sit down, contemplate, think about it. Think of how this rolls into your life, because you have got to create you. You can't allow other people to create you, because in their lives, they are the most important people. And I know I say that a lot, and you're thinking, wow, this guy's very arrogant, very, all he does is care about himself. I want you to care about you so you have more to give to everybody else. We have to start with ourselves. So we have got to do a deep dive into our belief systems so we know who we are, what our identity, why do we identify as certain ways? It all goes back to the beliefs. If you write down on a piece of paper who you are, then underneath each one of those, write down the belief systems that are holding that up. This could be a major problem and a breakthrough at the same time, because we'll realize that the identity that we hold for ourselves is backed up by maybe these negative beliefs. And if we can't change the identity until we change the belief structure. And when we change the belief structure, our identity changes, our whole reality of life and what our meaning is and our purpose and everything. I'm on this journey just like you are. But you have to sit down and you have to think about these things. Really sit down and think critically about the things that are holding you back. But before we think about the things that are holding us back, we've got to decide what we want. What do you want? What do you want out of life? What are your goals? What are your fitness goals? What are your career goals? What are your relationship goals? Focus on those things first. And I'm working on a program here that's going to end up helping everybody. That's honestly, it's helped me. And then I want to be able to share what I've learned. Whenever you become very clear on the things that you want in life, you can then decide and identify the things that are holding you back. And whenever you decide and you define those things that are holding you back, then you can start to work on changing those beliefs that are holding that up. And once you change those beliefs, it starts to change who you are. It changes your identity. Once your identity changes, your entire reality of life changes. And when your reality changes, you start to see your purpose a little bit more. And whenever you start to see your purpose more, oh my gosh, then you find out, this is why I'm alive. This is why I'm here. This is what's driving me every day. This is why I get up in the morning. This is why I do what I do. This is why I help the people and I'm alive. Because if we don't have a purpose on this world, then what are we here for? Think about it. It all comes down to the purpose of our lives. We all have a purpose, but we've got to figure it out. We've got to do the work. Don't expect other people to do the work for you and kind of lay out. They can help you identify all these things, but they can't give you your purpose. You've got to do that to yourself. And remember, there's only so many tomorrows, and the quicker that you find out your beliefs and your identity and your reality and your purpose, the better life you're going to have. Once you get on that journey, I mean, that is where true happiness comes from, when you start living a life of purpose. And when you have to start eliminating things in your life, there's a lot of those things in your life that are holding you back. So I want you to really think about, how could you live your best life? Because there are only so many tomorrows, and tomorrow, someday, is not going to come. So we got to live that best life today. I'll talk to you again tomorrow, guys.